really stout and it's very dangerous work. Generally, we use a little hook to reach in the trailer and pull the rope off over the bull's head. If you stick your arm there, you might not get it back.
Watch still. Watch still.
Hey, Ray, you and Boots run him on down to West Horse. I'll see y'all at the house.
Boots and Jake take their colt for his first ride in the pasture. It's all part of building a strong bond between horse and rider.
I love to ride a horse. Recently, I was sitting at the dinner table in there and I said, I've got a lotto ticket for $90 million on that deal tonight. And the guy said, what would you do if you won that thing? And I said, well, I don't really know. My wife said I'd go to the barn and saddle up the next morning. I look forward to just getting up and riding a horse. And I've been doing it since about 47 or 48 every day.
The Foster family brings in their pack horses for a trip into the mountains. Cowboys and cattle moved north from Texas through the American West and eventually into Western Canada around 1900. The Fosters founded this outfit in 1960, and now 3 generations work it. Running a ranch in this remote wilderness is a lot of work. The Fosters fell their own lumber to build their own houses, homeschool the kids, grow a lot of their own food, and use hydro generators to make their own power.
Jake, everybody ready?
But like many ranchers, when it comes time to work their cattle, they get a lot of help from their dogs.
The dogs are really like our hired hands. We can't do a job without them. I'd rather have 2 or 3 dogs herding cattle by myself than 2 or 3 riders that aren't experienced.
In the summer, the Fosters keep their herds in the high country. They're careful not to overgraze any pasture, so they must move the cattle up out of this basin and into another. They couldn't do it without their canine cowboys.
If you watch them work, you can see them moving from side to side or around the herd. I can send the dogs out and have them bring cattle towards me. The dogs can get there in half the time. When they stay quiet and work quiet, it keeps the cattle settled and just makes the whole experience more productive.
Come by. Head up. Stay. Bring on.
The commands are from a dog's perspective, and that's a difficult thing when you're working a dog, to be putting yourself in their place. So when I give the command, away to me, that means the dog should move to his right. Come by is to the dog's left. Back, they should step away, and generally they don't. But sometimes when they're working and in the heat of a job, it's hard for them to hear the commands.
Jake and Josh leave the cattle in fresh grass and ride back for high camp.
Howdy!
Hello there.
How was it, you guys?
How'd it go?
Pretty good. Good day.
Hey, boys. Tom.
Canada marks the northern end of the trail for New World cowboys. But to wrap up the history of this global culture, we return to Mexico, to the charreada. These charros preserve Mexico's 500-year vaquero heritage. Events like coleando or tailing recall how a vaquero would bring down a calf for branding before the days of the lariat. The Paso de Muerte, or Pass of Death, simulates the old way of breaking a horse before there were fences. A charro rides up next to the unbroken colt, and when the time is right, he jumps and rides till the horse stops bucking. The escaramuza, the charra's choreographed team riding, celebrates the ancient partnership of rider and horse, upon which the entire culture is based. In a way, these riders bring our international journey full circle. Moroccan warriors began the tradition with their barbed horse and new way of riding. Spaniards applied the Moorish horsemanship to herding cattle, and the vaquero was born. Mexican vaqueros perfected the Spanish techniques and taught them to Texas cowboys, who took them north through the western U.S. and Canada. While the Argentines did the same thing in South America, from the swamps to the pampas to the icy mountains of Patagonia. Through the charreada, these young Mexican women celebrate and preserve this 1,500-year-old tradition. And when they have children of their own, they will pass it on to them. The day is winding down on the 4-6s as well, and Jake, Dawn, and Alicia bring in the horses for tomorrow's work. This is the story of a global cowboy culture that was born in a tiny corner of the Mediterranean and spread from there to every corner of the New World. It is a way of life, lived in the freedom of the outdoors, timed to the seasons, tied to the sun and the rain. And wherever the land is wild and the grass stretches to the horizon, it will endure for centuries to come.